All eyes of the creative and tech world were on Austin, Texas last week for the 23rd annual South by Southwest Interactive Festival. The 2016 event featured some of the brightest minds and most compelling ideas in the industry, bringing together scores of talented individuals ready to bring the next big thing right to your doorstep. Breaking it all down for us from the tech world is our tech expert, Nika Allen. So, Nika, I know that you're still recouping. You had a big week out in Austin, lots to digest.
Definitely.
So let's talk about some of the top trends. What did you see this year?
You know, so there were a couple things that I expected to see. I expected to see a lot of virtual reality, which there was. There was tons of virtual reality, more than last year. Last year, I think people were kind of just getting a taste of it. So, you know, the big companies were bringing stuff like Oculus. But this year, you really saw them integrating virtual reality into a lot of other companies that I was unexpecting. Just like McDonald's, for example. They had their own virtual reality exhibit there, and I was surprised to see that. So it was much more common. There was a lot more of it around. Wearables, of course, still big, still talking about it. I got to see a women's pitch competition, actually, that one of our local startups also participated in.
Oh, how exciting.
And that was all about wearable technology. So that was really cool. One thing that I did not expect to see that there was a big presence this year is people are talking about diversity in technology. And kind of making sure that we have women involved, we have multiple ethnicities involved, and really figuring out how to push that. And how to make sure that technology is celebrating diversity as well and participating in that, because, you know, a lot of people think about your kind of typical Silicon Valley white male, and so now people are saying, hey, we need to think about this. We need to we look at what's going on, make sure that companies are being inclusive. So I thought that was great. Innovative apps, of course, always there. A lot of them I'll be bringing in over the next couple of weeks, because there was just so much to talk about that, you know, not possible to talk about in one day. So I'll be bringing a few of those in. And then the other thing that I didn't expect to see was governments talking, mayors, congressmen coming and talking about how technology plays a role in government and how they want to see those innovative ideas coming up, and that they're going to be supporting it. So that was interesting.
As you see there, folks, I know Mayor Richard Berry was out there, the mayor from Sacramento as well out there. So really bringing a lot of different voices into it. Now, let's talk a little about some of the names that were speaking this year, some of the guest speakers that you saw.
So first of all, huge keynote speaker this year, President Obama came to South by Southwest. He was really talking about civic engagement in the 21st century. So it was a great talk, very interesting. He also kind of talked about the legal battle between Apple and the FBI, touched on that. He also really talked about using technology to solve big community problems. And I very much appreciated that, and I think everyone at South by did. Hearing, you know, again, going back to that kind of government tech idea, that governments are saying, hey, help us solve these problems, and we want to put it back into the private sector hands to do that. And I found that to be very interesting. And it was nice because, you know, Obama was very candid about all of his thoughts, because he's not running again. So he was just able to kind of say what he wanted to say, and that was nice. Another huge person that was there this year, Steve Case, who's best known as the co-founder and former CEO of AOL. And he actually was really talking about and promoting his upcoming book, which is going to be released in about 3 weeks. It's called The Third Wave. And I was lucky enough to be, you know, 15 feet from him at a startup pitch event, and he kind of did this intermediary conversation there. It was very interesting to see him, to hear a little bit about what his book's going to be on, even though he didn't want to reveal too much, but it was still very interesting. And then, so yeah, that was some of the big names that came. I mean, those were huge in themselves.
It's really hard to get bigger than those two.
I mean, tons of other incredible CEOs of companies, a lot of great people there. It's
now, you mentioned that we had a startup company from Albuquerque, and as well, of course, Mayor Berry there. What else did we see in terms of the Duke City representation at South by?
You know, Albuquerque representation was huge this year. This was really the second year that Albuquerque has made an effort to be have a big presence at South by. We had about 15 companies or so represented there, and more than 30 people from Albuquerque, which was huge for us. We also had a lot of different startups pitch at different events. We had someone from Pressure Analysis Company. She was the one who pitched at the Girls Lounge on wearable technology. She did a fabulous job. We also had a company called My Change, which is out of Santa Fe, and they pitched at a South by event called Release IT. And that's a big one where you actually have to apply to get in. So we were very proud of them for pitching at that event. We additionally had 2 companies pitch at Tech.co's startup pitch event, and that was again pressure analysis, and a company called Cultivating Coders, which surprised the heck out of all of us, I think, but they won. They
Really?
won
Wow.
Tech.co's startup of the year. And
That is
so,
fantastic.
yeah, it was just fantastic to see. We were all just shocked and so proud of them.
Sure.
They are really helping to bring boot camps to, so people learn how to develop software to Native American populations. And so I think the judges were just floored by that idea.
Yeah.
And so it was great to just see them, excel. And actually, Tech.co is going to bring them to their big event at the end of the year as well. And I think they'll be able to pitch at that. So
great.
that'll be cool because this is just, it's going to keep getting better for us. As you mentioned, and you saw, the mayor was there, and he was on a panel with the mayor of Sacramento and also a woman from Living Cities, and they talked about bootstrapping your city's innovation ecosystem and really talking about what in Albuquerque we've been doing to kind of lay the groundwork to have a very innovative city. And so I felt like that was really good to see. Meow Wolf, who a lot of people know about, is having their big opening event for their project this coming weekend, and they were also there talking about what they were doing and kind of creating innovative experiences.
Yeah.
We had Representative Ben Ray Lujan, Congressman. He was there. He talked to our startups, and we also had Bounce Chat, who was there, and they were having a bunch of different events, kind of showing off their product a lot. So tons and tons going on.
Lots of
I almost
representation.
can't mention it all.
Sure.
How much was there.
Well, and as you said, we'll be seeing some of the apps within the coming weeks of things that we discovered there as well.
Definitely.
So guys, for more information on this, you want to find out more about Nika's experience at South by Southwest, we will have links to nika.tv at casa.com. For now, though,